All right. Checking mic 1, 2. Welcome, everybody. Good evening. Feels good to be back. This is my first cast of the season 21 of NGS. Fortunately, my schedule's been a little wonky this uh, season. Haven't been able to be as active both in NGS and casting, but a Friday night cast very much works with my schedule. We have both teams now in the lobby. It looks like we should be getting started soon. Take a look at our map select. So we're going to be having this Division D matchup versus Habitual, Line Steppers, and FHK Mary Kill. Braxis hold out, and Volskaya Foundry were banned out by Mary Kill. Habitual Line Steppers banning out Cursed, Hollow, and Braxis. Tower, sorry, and Cursed. With the bat pick selection, Mary Kill decided to take us to Garden. Trying to catch up on some of the statistics for this particular. In the past, I've had some close matchups, and I think both teams are slightly different, although they have some familiar faces. Looks like we're ready, and so we're gonna get going. We're gonna be going straight into draft for game number 1. Try switch to the full screen. Looking at some of the stats from Division D, we have the usual suspects being the most popular, either banned out or picked. Anduin, Johanna, Stukov, Vala. Seems like this hasn't changed in the past few seasons. Right Wing, Garrosh, etc. Although I imagine there's going to be a few target bans for both teams. We do see that Vala being banned out. I imagine that's very much targeting Yoon. We do right away see the Samru ban. Very much a target ban there. Especially in a very large map like this. Samru has a lot of room to roam around and soak. You can always just counter that by picking Rag. Right? One team picks Rag, the other team picks Asmodan, and guarantee a 40-minute match. Do you see the Stitches being banned out? So I imagine that's more of a target ban there. And with the second ban, I imagine probably a healer ban here. We do see the foul stat. I mean, foul stat's always been good. On large map, globals have always been good on large maps, even though during that brief period where foul stat was a little bit OP, got brought down back to earth. But speaking of globals, we do see that left. the Haka. So, and quickly we see the speaking of the top two popular picks, Anduin and Johanna in order, get picked up by a Mary Kill. Likely habitual line steppers. Probably trying to secure their healer here. Yep. And we see a Blaze picked up. So right away that imagine it's going to be a tank Blaze. I don't think it's going to be a Dahaka tank. Although you do see Dahaka tanks, but usually it's like on a map like Tomb of the Spider Queen. You see Dahaka tank there. I guess it could work here too. There's a lot of bushes. Although after the changes, Dahaka doesn't feel as good. We see a Chromie. Looks like Mary Kill did a little bit of their homework. Probably saw this similar setup before and decided to get rid of that Chromie. Imagine Habitual line step is going to get rid of some sort of DPS, maybe an offlaner. A very highly mobile DPS is probably something that's concerning here. And yep, there's Tracer. Yeah, if you have a Dahaka and a Blaze, Genji Tracer, really annoying. I guess with a Brightwing, it sort of helps with that. That leaves up the next couple picks for Mary Kill. Greymane and Jaina. Jaina now with that change of having that mobile ice block. That very much it's kind of OP, I think. Being able to have an ice block and still move. And there we do see Hogger as the big fan of Hogger. I approve of that. And we see Kel'Thuzad. Ah. A pretty beefy front line. And you have plenty of wave clear. And the Deathwing, though, it helps against the Kel'Thuzad, but I feel like Deathwing always makes like a very nice spike for Deathwing. Okay, it's like a mobile spike. I feel like when I've played Kel'Thuzad and I use the Deathwing as a spike that I could pull people into. But I'm a bad KTZ player. But with that, we'll see you shortly in game number 1. All right, welcome back as we have our game number 1. Start up with our introductions for the side of Habitual B-Steppers. Porthos on the Blaze, Turtwig on the Kel'Thuzad, Music Mutant on the Brightwing, Vern on the Dahaka, Elder on the Hogger. On the side of Mary Kill, we do have Jortanis on the Anduin, Prybomb, Johanna, Yoon on the Greymane, Irrational Pie on the Deathwing, Calm on the Jaina. Right away, we do see no usual handshake mid lane. I think ever since the changes, I think you see that less now. People realize it's probably better just to get into lane as soon as possible, just to start soaking. I've kind of noticed that more recently. Thanks for the follow, L'Oreal, recommend, and music. I just got the notification of the last few follows. You do see Hogger right away get into that Hogger thing, Zoo camps. Obviously one of the big strengths of Hogger. Able to put out even the hard camps pretty quickly at level 1. As far as talents, let's see. We do have the basic. We do see the Adrenaline's impact on the Blaze. It's a little bit more of a bruiser build. Plague Lands, okay. You kind of see the typical build this far, Wolfheart. Blaze is trying to do this camp, but it's gonna be a little slow. Here's where I think it's not worth, it's just 4 globes there. I think that's where you just tell the Hogger. Oh, I guess Hogger was doing this down here. Or tell someone, hey, Hogger, you're on 24/7 camp duty. We do see the Greymane and the Deathwing doing that top camp a little early, but I guess that's fine. If you could get a push with that, it works. And obviously, Jaina a little bit in trouble, was able to get pulled out by the Jaina. I think Jaina would have been fine, but I think it's just like a habit. KTZ is not stacked yet. I don't think Jaina was in danger. Hogger in a little bit, maybe in trouble. No, able to spin away. Habitual line steppers, able to get a little bit of value structure down here, so that's good. And Deathwing, so Deathwing is actually now a better of a, I would argue, better of a global than Dehaka now, because of Dehaka's nerf to Z, but Habitual line steppers able to get that first seed, very much uncontested, which I think is very much just fine. But that could have reduced cooldown on flight for Deathwing. I think it's pretty nice. Obviously, typically see Deathwing being targeted as far as bans because of that, especially in these big maps. Little ambitious there by Yoon going in wolf form. Dahaka getting some value down here, very good. Even with those changes, I mean, Dahaka has the global, so this is where probably Deathwing should have walked down there to kind of match the Dahaka. Next seed being on a neutral point, so both teams should be able to kind of fight over it. Looks like Mary Kill's in a little better position. We do see the combo with the Johanna and Dahaka in a little of a weird spot, but doing damage to Joe. Dahaka getting low, likely is going to be going down, trying to tongue at the last second, but not able to go down. We get our first kill with Dahaka going down. Deathwing very low, having to go up to recover. We do have that Skyfall, although you should have seen Skyfall picked not as often, but still very good here to delay that channel. You have Deathwing coming back in. Ooh, Joe able to have the trade up, but at this point it looks like right wing will be going down, and second seed going to the side of Mary Kill. Yeah, with that I have a 7 year from Jaina, but with Skyfall and that now decreased cooldown of light, it's just, I think the Deathwing's not the better Dahaka technically, although Dahaka still obviously has better maybe wave gear initially. I think it's arguable now. We do see Hogger now doing Hogger things. Deathwing get a little bit of a push. Looks like No one's gonna be soaking that bot. Mary Kill with a slight XP lead with those kills they secured. I think Blaze is back for mana. I think I've seen Blaze perpetually with like no mana for the last like 4 minutes. Who needs mana? Now the next seed on the side of Mary Kill. Looks like they're not gonna contest this, opting just to push a little bit with the seed, which is fine. But I still think you should try and delay that, as even once or twice gives you a little bit more value. But or you could just straight up just push, I guess. That also is fine. So both teams playing the, we'll let you have the seed that's on your side, and we only will fight for the one that's neutral. Although the next one will give them the terrors for Mary Kill, so it will be on the side of Habitual line steppers. We do have 10s online for both teams. Shockwave, Bunker, Isolation, Frost, Blast, Blink Heal. Go for the throat. That's interesting. Especially with 3 big bodies. Obviously, Light Bomb, Ring of Frost, and Bellowing Roar. That's interesting, because with the Curse the Bullet, I think you literally just throw it in the direction of any of these big 3 bodies and you'll get value in general, right? And that's interesting. Oh, yeah. That KTC went Frost Blast as well. Do you see now the fight for the third seed? Blaze with a very nice stun. Ring of Frost being landed and securing the kill on Kel'Thuzad. We do Shockwave being used on Greymane. It does go down, but a little bit in trouble now. Blaze trying to get away. Does a stun on the Johanna. Meanwhile, the Hawk out harassing Johanna. They're trying to secure that. Oh, the Hawk is getting low. It does go down. With that, it looks like they're going to have to give up this objective and the first terror. Very good job on the part of Mary Kill, able to deal with that initial kill of Greymane. Right? I think it was Greymane that went down first. But able to come up with the securing that third seed now to get the terrors, and looks like very much at minimum losing top for sure. Mid will be going down. It's still relatively early terror, so they haven't really scaled too much. So there should be, yeah, mid's gone, or mid's saved, I should say. Bottom should be fine. Top is gone. So not horrible. Although you do need to still clear that. Here's probably we need to have to Hawk up over here, right? Does Hawk have pull down? Yeah. Oh no, that doesn't. Yeah, you gotta get those globes. Gotta waddle around. Get globes. 3 members of Amerikill doing their, well, and Greymane as well, doing their top camps. Looks like Hawk is gonna waddle over, check to see what's up. Decides not to be worth it. And so, able to save a little bit of damage to the forts and mid and bot, but only losing top, not bad. Still relatively close on XP now. Greymane working on that bottom siege. And so the next objective is now going to be here, right? This is where, again, where the Hawk should probably be up here. Wait, did Hawk, oh, it is bush in hand, okay. Auger I think recognizing the rotation was coming in, stepping away. Always very good. Yeah. So I think your Dahaka should be up here. We do see an engage down here. Light Bomb comes out. And Ring of Frost. Jaina getting very low. Dahaka able to, at least for the moment, save themselves. Brightwing comes in with the heal. And Dahaka, ooh. Dahaka probably should have waited a little bit for the team to come in. We have Blaze coming in a little bit late for the rotation. The members of Mariko, a little lower. I mean, they can very much, it's a 4v5. They can very much go back. Potentially, but it looks like they're not gonna risk it. Yeah, and that's what I mean. You have the Dahaka global, but it's, you know, they're not getting as much value with it if the Dahaka is always rotating with the team and not using that global to get value. We do see, speaking of globals, definitely use that global to get up there. Right wing going into the kill. Kel'Thuzad still needs still quite a bit. I think Mariko's done a good job of getting away. Not letting Kel'Thuzad stack. I mean, we do see that combo though. Securing that kill with Anduin and Deathwing forcing that bunker on Blaze. Oh. Blaze going down, otherwise there's like 2 fights going on. Not able to secure a kill, but that I was like, yeah, that. There you go, using that. Secure. Although, meanwhile, that siege camp getting value down there, or that bruiser. Hawker going in. Johanna getting very low, but likely able to, at least for this time being, save. Jaina getting slowed. The tongue misses. And let's see if Kel'Thuzad does get the combo. Oh, and the pull by Anduin, but... Oh, just able to barely get away. Nice play by the side of Mariko and the Anduin. Last second able to actually secure saving Jaina there. We have a few more for that quest on the Kel'Thuzad, and then he really starts hurting. A little bit, it's a little risky, but it looks like Hogger's going to be able to get it just fine. Deathwing didn't really peek in to see what was happening. We have the next seed on the side of Habitual B Steppers. And this is where Harda pulls not better, but Hogger able to spin away using the angle, at least for the time being. The Hogger trying to get it. Ooh. We do see the engage with the Johanna. Light Bomb coming out, does not hit on anybody. The Hawkeye's trying to look for a tongue. Ring of Frost hits 2 members, but there goes isolation on the Johanna. Pull gets out. Frost Blast lands on the Anduin. Brightwing getting harassed by the Greymane. Oh, and Brightwing does go down. It's hard to keep the fight in the frame because there's like 2-3 fights going on. Probably a little bit more communication needs to happen with both teams. If each team has an A team and a B team. A team fights in the front and B team fights in the back. And yeah, they were able to get that seed again. I guess I missed it. I was too busy thinking of snarky remarks. They're still 2-2, and Blaze gotta be careful. Able to get away. Deathwing does go up there and saves that top fort for the time being, at least. Now we have the next one being neutral. Dahaka back just right now. Hogger trying to get that So they're all going to be together now. Miracle does get that bruiser out. Again, on the side, both teams slightly close. Miracle slightly ahead in XP. If you are playing Steppers, you don't want to be in that choke point. Those are very nice choke points for Light Bomb, Ring of Frost combos. And that's exactly what happens. The Haka getting caught in it. It will be going down. The third seed in the meantime actually was channeled, and now they're focusing on the Fusad does go down, as well as Hogger, and so they're going to have 3 really healthy terrors and 2 members on the side of Habitual Line Steppers down. We do see the combo. Blaze able to use Bunker for the time being. We'll be able to get out. Greymane Taunting getting the stun, but the pull from Anduin, again, just in time. Anduin doing a really good job saving some overzealous DPS. You do see the first keep go down. Top, bottom should be okay as far as so far, but mid now being threatened. We do have the Haka back up and Hogger in about 5 seconds. They should get some damage on this, but probably won't secure it unless they get a kill here. Bottom terror should be going down by its own. And we have level 20s with both. We have the Unleashed, Radiant Faith, Variance Legacy, Cold Snap, and Sit in the Fire. If you want to unlock that achievement, you can do so now. We have Power Spike, Burn Notice, Contagion, The Damned Returned, and Invisible Friends. Oh, and the trap is being set up by Mary Kill. We see Johanna now step up. Blaze trying to get on point, but I don't know. Ring of Frost does not secure the kill, and Blaze really does not want to give up that camp. It's okay to give up the camp. Greymane able to get the kill on the kill. Too sad, and then now Blaze, and so Mary Kill very patient, and it looks like they're gonna go to core question. I mean, they can. They have 2 catapults, and Hogger got a return. And right away they went, and the Haka in a kind of a difficult spot, and yeah, it looks like they're not going to be able to. Very good job on the part of Mary Kill, just recognizing we could just go core. There was some couple catapults, and game number 1 going to be secure for the side of Mary Kill. GG. Taking a look at some of the statistics, I guess I gotta look at notice 3 to 14. So at least from the side of Mary Kill, didn't seem like very dominant, but I guess they were doing a pretty good job of getting those objectives time and time again. Then looking at the kills, so very much obviously Greymane actually did quite a bit of work. Damage wise, Deathwing top damage followed by the rest of Mary Kill. Looking at healing, relatively close. Off lanes, I guess they had 2 for both teams. But very much, I guess the story was that Mary Kill was able to get those kills before objectives and just secure the seeds. And after that point, after the second one, obviously, it was an uphill battle for Habitual Line Steppers. Let me see if we can upgrade or update the score. Looking at talents, I think everything's pretty standard. I guess I don't see variance that much, at least with this build. And then the Damned as well. I would have liked to seen Hortopult, but I am very much biased with that. All right, let's look at our map select for those who are just joining. I should put out the prediction for those who did. I imagine. But overall, Mariko able to kind of deal with that triple front pretty well, I guess. And here I was saying that go for the throat wouldn't be as good, and I guess it worked out. Looking at our map selection, waiting to see what's going to be picked next. Again, we have Cursed, Volskaya, Braxis, and Towers banned out. We just played on Garden. That leaves us with Altrak, BOE, Dragonshire, Sky Temple, Infernal Shrines, and Tomb that can still be picked. And it looks like the map has been selected. It looks like it's going to be Battlefield of Eternity. Battlefield of Eternity looks like it was Habitual Alliance Separatists have picked Battlefield of Eternity. Okay. So a little bit of a change of pace, going from a pretty big map. Now we're going back to the simple 2-lane map. Race map. Let's see if we can pull up some stats on the maps. I think last season Sky Temple was the least picked in general. That was true for most divisions. So let's look at Battlegrounds for Division D. So Tomb is the most picked, followed by at 18 matches so far. Infernal Shrine 16, which is typical. Towers at 10. Battle of Eternity is the 4th. The least picked is Braxis and Cursed. And both of those have been banned out. So they will remain the least. And actually, Sky Temple is not the least this season so far, at least. It's been played 5 times. It's the 3rd least picked map. He likes the cat. Oh my god, look at Pie go. Oh, that's right. Rational Pie. I see the full name Rational. Makes sense. Imagine we won't see triple lineup or triple front lineup in this match for Habitual. At least I don't think you see it as often in PoE or 2-lane maps. Welcome back. So we have both teams in. We should be getting started shortly. And we're going to go ahead and move into the draft for game number 2. Game 1 going to the side of FHA Mary Kill. Does anybody know what FHA stands for? FHK? Is it something Hong Kong, right? Football Hong Kong, I believe. I know it's something Hong Kong, I believe. I remember seeing the name once. All right, now we're going to get into the draft. Habitual line steppers selected battlefield, so they're going to be picking second. First ban goes out to the Falstad. Interesting. I understand Falstad ban on Garden, but nah, I mean they now that the W build got nerfed, the other auto attack build and mage build, Q build is better, I think. But let's just start my prediction for game number 2. This time I won't do 10 minutes. You do see that Valo ban come out, not surprising, especially on this map, followed by the Rhaegar. Rhaegar. So we don't see the Samru ban, and then we do see the Tracer ban again. So again, very much that probably means targeted ban. Free Hong Kong, yeah, that's right. I was like, I knew it was something Hong Kong. Forgot about it. I thought it was like a sort of like a like soccer football teams where they have, you know, something team, football team. I was like, I said football Hong Kong? No, it's free Hong Kong. We just see that Johanna again, continuing that trend of the most popular either picked or banned. Next two up with the Hanzo and Tyrande. Obviously, this is a very good map for Hanzo. Simple geometry. Unless you don't know how to do geometry. Imagine Mariko's gonna try to take their healer in DPS. We do see Phoenix. The next round of bans, I imagine they're trying to probably get rid of some offlaner, maybe some other DPS, maybe like a Li Ming, I think, or something. Typical ban you typically see here. Greymane, okay, I guess makes sense. Yoon was doing pretty well on that Greymane against triple frontline, and Greymane's pretty good here as far as race. Especially with Tyrande and Hanzo, can very much be quite a bit of a threat. Next ban for the side of Mary Kill will imagine be a tank. I don't think it'll be offlaner. A Stitches, okay. Especially with the Anduin. I don't think it's Stitches, especially. This map is usually very short, and I feel like by the time you get to level 13, it could be potentially not over, but I feel like it just takes a while to get online into that range. We do see the Blaze being picked up again, and a Maiev. Interesting. Last 2 picks for the side of Mirko, needing probably an offlaner, another DPS, or 2 more offlaners, right? Thrall's open. Yeah, that's actually weird that you don't see Thrall being proud as much. What is Thrall's? And we now see the Uther tank, so sort of Uther tank, Tyrande, Maiev. Interesting. Yeah, double healer, double support. Uther. Just seen. Maybe. Although Tyke is very much kind of with that percent damage, kind of deals with that Uther, but I'll see you shortly in game number 2. And welcome back for game number 2 on Battlefield of Eternity. Start this time by introducing our red team. Mary Kill on the side of Mary Kill. We have Irrational Pi on the Imperius. Calm. Oh, sorry, I was distracted. Jordanus on the Anduin again. Very good saves last time. Yoon on that. Tychus. Johanna. Being played by. Is it Prybomb? Or I imagine it's Pre-Bomb, right? Prybomb? Sorry if I butcher your name. Their talents out. Oh yeah, and Coleman onto the Phoenix on the side of Line Steppers. Bee Steppers. Habitual Bee Steppers. We do have a pause. Maybe there's a... Enter waiting, but... Buttons broke. That's not good. Buttons broke. Keyboard. Foot pedal. Probably should have drank a lot more water before casting, and now kind of went all day with not really talking or having to talk, and now that I'm having to talk, a little bit hot here. Now I'm actually feeling the need to make sure I hydrate. So if you hear me gulping down things, sorry. Alright, looks like everything's fine, or it went back to being fine. Both teams are ready. Okay, looks like we're restarting. where I was rudely interrupted by that buttons breaking on the side of Habitual B-steppers. No more on the Hanzo, Turtwig. Playing the Tyrande, burn. On the Maiev, and then we'd see the Uther being played by Music, Mutant, and Porthos on the Blaze. We see you got 3-2 split. They're very interesting, but in that top camp, very much switching camps. That so we have the Maiev playing kind of the pseudo tank role, which very much with 2 healers. Well, actually not 2 healers right now, but with the Tyrande Hanzo. We do see that Hanzo actually win Redemption. Typically, you don't see that with the W build. It looks fine. Maybe they're just going to stacking build. Stacking build to the best. You hear dings, it means you are doing things. Blaze and Uther getting that stun, and that, at least for the time being. Oh, double stun. Very nice. Tyke is rotating up to help out. But they do get that top wall down, so they're going to get a little bit of a XP from that. Some damage down here, right? But so fine, we do see the Tyrande tickling that bruiser camp. Well, that's it. Oh no, Hanzo. Hanzo ruined it. We needed to see Tyrande solo that camp. As I mentioned before, Taika is very good actually at, you know, denying that armor. Because of the percent damage, we do see Taika starting that camp. Should be fine. A little bit later. Although they're going to get a little bit of that race, at least ahead of time. As far as a race, it probably is at least... Oh, we do see that 4 serrated arrows. Just interesting with the... and Maiev going down. First kill again, go to the side. Stun onto the Tyrande. Tyrande trying to run away. Uther, unfortunately, then gets focused down. We have a 2 for none for the side of Mary Kill, with about a quarter of the Immortal down. Now they raise to their own, or their opponents, which they need to focus on. And they start focusing on that. We did see that Piers went to go clear that bottom camp. Hanzo doing the same for theirs as well. And halftime gets reached by Mary Kill first. Both teams still pretty much equal in XP. Game with Redemption and the again, we have a bit of a split poke as the stun on the Blaze and will be focused down. I was gonna say the Blaze probably is pretty close-ish, but Mariko opting just to defend. Maiev going in, but Blaze now going to the rotate. Double stun by the Blaze. Johanna getting very low, but we'll be able to get away. Uther. Lots of members down. We do see Imperials go down, and so does the Maiev and Uther, but they're so close. And Marykill committing to the full defense. And Tychus now goes to tickle the Immortal. As long as you get, as long as you just defend against the Hanzo, they don't really have raise. The Johanna now getting really low. And even with the, no, very close. But they were able to, Habitual line Cypress able to secure the objective, and we'll get theirs to push. Very low shield, so it should go down rather quickly. We do have about a level lead almost from the side of Mary Kill, so right now it's, even though they lost the objective, they may be setting themselves up for at least for level 10 to make it a little bit easier. But again, that Immortal going down rather quickly without a shield. It won't even, well, it'll do damage obviously, but won't secure that bottom fort. And then real quickly, we do have the pull on the Tychus, but able to, at least for the time being, get saved by the Anduin. That's pulled down. I don't think I've noticed. Typically, when I play Johanna against a Maiev, I try to save that blind for that tether. When you have a really good Joe, it just feels really bad when you're Maiev. You just can't get a tether, and then but obviously kind of hard to do sometimes. We do see with her get the stun, the Johanna able to get away the time being. The Maiev does go in. I mean, able to secure this. That the Phoenix go in? No, it went out. We do see the levels 10s online with the obviously Dragon Laser, Blessed Shield, Light Bomb, which is all used, Purification Salvo, and Angelic Armaments. We do have the Imperius, but meanwhile still getting that top soak, and at least laser won't be up for a little bit. We do have Light Bomb be up again in another 30 seconds. If we do see Blessed Shield secure the kill on the Oofer. With the Habitual line Steppers opting to get their Bruiser Cam. Now we do have their own Immortal. I mean, this is not a bad fight. You want to fight under while you can on your side, under your Immortal. We have the stun. Oh, that Imperius would have got stunned by the Immortal, but actually was pulled out and saved, at least for the time being. But Mary Kill gets to halftime. Both teams now with level 10. We do have Bunker, Dragon, Noodles, Warden's Cage, Starfall, and Divine Shield. Looks, we see Salvo coming out, Light Bombs out again. We have the Dragon Noodle combo. Anduin does go down, the Bunker. And very good. Something that, again, now everything makes sense with the idea that they were saying for that Wombo combo. And in the meantime, also got a bottom fort with that camp. A few members of, maybe Tychus can still secure this if no one defends it. And I don't think they're going to be able to get it. Hanzo by themselves. All the members of... Yeah, I don't think they're going to be able to... They'll be able to get down the shield, which is probably what you're trying to do. You don't want to commit too hard to the defense with this low. Unless you get a couple kills right away. It'd be rather difficult. Hanzo's trying to do the best. Yeah. Light Bomb does come out. Oh, the stun Light Bomb combo. Able to get... Oh, I say it's nice secure, but... Does get the kill on the Uther, and oh, the Noodles does quite a bit of damage, but again, no follow-up, unfortunately. They were able to get the shield down a bit, so at least there's that. But again, the issue now with having Maiev and double healers, that Hanzo's really much the only... I guess Surrender helps a little bit, but Hanzo's only the real race, and especially with that redemption. I mean, I don't think it makes a huge difference, but it can help quite a bit when the race is close. But it looks like bottom fort will be going down. We do see the stun by the Tyrande, but No, it's gonna go down. I mean, it's practically gone. We do see Blazin, Imperius having fun at top. We do see Light Bomb, Dragon Noodles, and that's gonna secure the kill on the Anduin again. So very good. When they get that combo going, it works. I mean, the Phoenix does go down. Johanna able to get away with about 300. Although Imperius is... Yeah. We're going to be fighting over that Bruiser camp. Oh, Bunker does go out, but the Maiev goes down. Members of Line Steppers going low. I don't think Blaze is going to be able to survive this. Hanzo trying to get away from that Phoenix, at least for the time being, will. A little bit of a costly invade. I don't think it was worth it. We were going to be having that camp pushing top, and they're going to pick up that siege as well, which I think likely probably secures this top fort. I don't think you want to focus too hard on defense. We do see the members of Mary Kill rotate down to the Immortal to start the race. Line Steppers still about half a level behind, so not too bad. But you want to do something before they're 16, which I think they'll be fine, at least for this Immortal. Johanna's kind of taking a peek, able to secure the bottom fort with the blinding light. Now we see the full defense on the side of Habitual Line Steppers. We might have go in with the Warden Cage. Then we see the Dragon Noodle combo. No, it's not there. Noodles did not come out. That's unfortunate. Salvo being used. Stun on the Joe. Now we do see the combo able to get the kill on the... Or at least zone them out in a position that they couldn't. So when those R's or those ultimates are up, they do fine. We see Phoenix trying to see if they can sneak. They're not going to be able to do so. Maiev able to kind of dissuade that from happening. Cooldown, the death timers are still relatively low. They should be able to secure that, yeah. Yeah. So the second, or third I should say now, Immortal will be going in for the side of Habitual Line Steppers. Both top forts. A little bit healthier for the side of Mary Kill, but likely going to be going down. Both teams do have 16. We do see Tyker's going with that full Q build. That 20 Q is also very annoying. Blessed Shield comes out. We see the Dragon Noodle being used. Anduin! Oh! Anduin actually gets saved. Almost went down again to the Dragon Noodles. The stun. I mean, this is not bad for the side of the Habitual Line Steppers. Like, they're not defending. Oh, Maiev able to get one. That Joe gets not saved. Imperius getting body blocked. Goes down as well. And I mean, we'll be going down, but they should be able to siege this up a bit. I don't think they'll get it. Maybe? Actually, yeah, I think they will. 20 seconds for both tank and the offlaner, but secure that top keep and then probably walk away. Although you want to secure it, there's no reason you shouldn't. Oh, the stun on the... Oh no. Then that's exactly what you didn't want. If you're Mary Kill. Anduin now. Ooh. Okay, now they can actually maybe end. I was gonna say they're gonna have to just walk away. That's the shield being used, but... Oh, that... Okay, yeah, I mean... The problem, though, is that Hanzo's your only real siege. Unfortunately, maybe Blaze a little bit. Oh, and Blaze is gonna be in trouble. But, oh, never mind. And it looks like that should be fine. Everybody get in the bunker. Yes, everybody get in the bunker. Unless you get rooted. Oh, okay. That could have gone wrong real quickly, but game number 2 being secured by the side of Habitual line stuffers. I was like, I've seen those before where everybody gets rooted and then somehow just wiped at core. It's I was like, that's not gonna happen, is it? And it didn't. All right, taking a look at our score screen, 16-10, obviously a little bit closer than game number 1. So we can update the score screen real quickly. Take a gander at the damage. Tychus did quite a bit of work, even with double healer. Obviously not surprising. Tronda, Uther. The double healer did work out, and BOE is one of the better maps to do that on. Obviously, offlane doesn't really matter on this particular map. But yeah, when we look at the talents, ultimately that combo from the side of Habitual Line Steppers, having the Warden's Cage and the Dragon Noodles, very much worked out when they had it line up. But on the side of Mary Kill, very good job. I'm trying to get like picks with that combo of Imperius and Light Bomb. They were able to get quite a few picks with that, but unfortunately the combo was well executed on the side of Habitual Line Steppers pretty well, and able to secure that victory for game number 2. Now we get to go to game number 3, so that's the good news, right? Question mark. Looks like we're going to be going to Tomb. Let's see who picked. Imagine. Looks like Mary Kill did choose. So we're going to Tomb. I think 2 was the most picked. Right. Look at my stats again. Tomb is the most played with 18 games so far in Division D. Very much. Now it's going to be going up to 19 after today. Well, at least after this match, could be more, right? Oh, well, I don't think there's another Division D match going on. I hear casters love hats. No, I don't. Not like hats. Okay, so game number 3, exciting. We did first game number 1 for those of you who just joined us. Very much a pretty dominant showing on the side of Mary Kill. Game number 2 on Battlefield of Eternity. Habitual line tip. Steppers able to secure a late immortal, get a few kills, and march on to core to get their victory. Send us to game number 3. Now we're going to be going to Tomb of the Spider Queen, selected by Mary Kill. And looks like we're going to be going straight into the draft. So now we have the middle map, right? We had a very large map with Garden. Now we had one of the smaller maps with Battlefield. Now we have still kind of a, not quite very small, but the smaller of the 3-lane maps with Tomb. So we get a taste of all the different flavor of maps that HOTS has to offer. Unfortunately, no Warhead Junction, never. So sad. Or Braxis. We do see that continued ban of Vala. It was interesting for that time where Valstead and Thrall and such were pretty annoying. People forgot how annoying Vala was. Obviously, people were banning out the Falstad and Thrall quite a bit, especially in like Storm League, but then people weren't banning Vala. It's like, oh, Vala was very much a first pick, first ban. But we do see Vala being banned out. So no Vala this match. We do see the response with the Maiev. I think Maiev very much did a pretty good job of making things kind of rough, especially with that combo. That pull from the Maiev with Warden Cage, Noodles. Key for that combo to work. And Miracle said we're not going to deal with that. We do see now again the Tracer being banned and now Brightwing. I think that very much tells us probably a Grey main. If you're a Grey main, you don't like seeing Brightwing. We do see the Anduin being snagged up by the side of Habitual line steppers. Which means and that's why, there you go. If you're banning Brightwing, you're probably going to pick Grey main. And right away, you pick up Grey main and Stukov. Stukov being, I think, the 4th most picked in Division D. Is it? Stats. I think it was the 4th. Heroes. At least 4th most popular. Yeah. 3rd most popular. Banned or picked. Only a 37% win rate. So kind of low for being picked or banned so much. Leoric and Hanzo. So you have a different type of Dragon Noodle setup, right? You have the Entomb Hanzo. We see the Johanna now being banned out. I imagine they're gonna ban out that Varian. I don't think you want to have to deal with that Stukov Varian. It's gonna be very annoying, especially with the Grey main. It's like whoever gets taunted and silenced and blown up by Grey main. Especially if they go Jaina. I think definitely that be ETC as well. But I think Variant's kind of like the very easy combo here. Stitches. Okay, so they banned the Stitches now. Interesting. So the Variant is up. I guess with Anduin helps a little bit, but you know, the taunt combo is a lot more frequent than the pull. I imagine that they go Variant Jaina, right? Variant Jaina. They already played Jaina in game 1. No, completely wrong. So it looks like an off-lane Sagara. Yeah, auto win with the Leoric, especially if you have Jander's skin. So that's likely off-lane Sagara, maybe Kerrigan off-lane. That would be irrational, right? And the May and Chromie. Chromie was banned out of the game number 1, but now is available. May's pretty good at being annoying for that Kerrigan Greymane to go in. So here they have to go tank, obviously. ETC. Not quite variant, but you can do a very similar combo with the ETC and Sukov and Greymane. So the blow potential is there for the side of Mary Kill. Like both drafts for different reasons, but with that, I'll see you shortly for game number 3. All right. Wrong scene selection. So welcome to game number 3. Start with the introduction again. We have on the side of Habitual B-Steppers music on the end with no more on the Hanzo again. Vern on the May. Turtwig on the... Oh no, they switched. Oh no, yeah, they didn't. Turtwig on the Chromie. Porthos, not Builder. On the Leo. Oh, I just realized that Pilder. I was like, where's Pilder? But Pilder's not in this match. On the side of Mary Kill, we do have Calm on the Zag. Yoon on the Greymane. Tritanus now on the Sukov. Prebomb on the ETC. And Irrational Pie on the Kerrigan. We do see right away Habitual Line Steppers going to their own booster camp, trying to get that out as soon as possible. You get Mary Kill did get that bottom siege with that Greymane and quickly goes over to that Bruiser. Saw Chromie get a little bit in trouble, but able to be safe for the time being. That is pretty annoying though for that Leo. Wait, did Leo get picked earlier? Yeah, it did. Yeah, that Zagara is very annoying for that Leo. Practically can't do anything unless you get on the Zagara and Entomb. So not even until then. You have the Hanzo just trying to safely soak. Has to be careful with that combo. The Kerrigan can very much blow up that Hanzo, especially isn't able to use agility to get away. You do see Hanzo now actually going simple geometry this time, which we didn't see for BOE, which you know, we've been very good, but I guess it worked out. I've been criticizing some of the talent choices, and you know, things have been worked out. So what do I know? We don't see them kind of support that mid camp. Gets a little bit of damage. But looks for Habitual line steppers get a little bit more of a benefit. Leo, yep, Leo's not gonna have a fun time here. Honestly, I would just have Chromie. I would just have Chromie down here. I mean, Chromie's not stacking, right? No, yeah. Like, it's not easy for a Zag to stack on to siege on a Chromie. It's very easy for them to siege on a Leo. Raymond, very brave. I think that happened in the previous match or game 1 where Raymond was just like in the back line and the front line of Habitual line steppers wasn't really getting there. We were letting we hate to see that. Are they? No, they're not gonna get it at all. The gems or the XP. Yeah, I would just switch. Honestly, you could just probably just have Leo double soak. Or at least match that Kerrigan. That's a much of a easier. Yeah, I guess. Oh, Leo's okay, but I don't know, just in general. I would say you gotta switch. We do see the Kerrigan getting comboed with 18 gems. The slide with ATC, the boop, but nothing really to follow up on that. We do have 32 gems turned in on the side of non-real humor. It's just been a really long day. It's been a long year for me. Like I mentioned earlier, it's my first cast of the season. Typically, I usually cast like 1 or 2 matches a week during the season, except this season's just been different. But we do have the first of the spiders being secured by Habitual line steppers. We do see the bottom siege going to help with that push, at least for the bottom lane. It's always one of those things where it's like, should we get it first or second? I always feel like if you get it first, unless you get a really good push with that first spider, it's almost like a waste, I feel like. And I feel like they're not gonna get too much of value here. Oh, I hear loop. Unless your ATC dies, but ATC doesn't die. They're gonna get some value mid, it looks like. This is that's the thing I probably would have said, like, leave that bottom lane, and you don't want to lose mid. They're not going to lose it, but I guess for Cigar, you really need that to feel safe. But I always see teams focus so much on bottom lane for some reason. I just don't get it when people do that. I see teams literally give up top fort or mid to save bottom, which makes no sense whatsoever. Top lane is the boss lane. Mid lane arguably is more important early, and we have Chromie dying. Well, I was trying to rudely dying while I'm trying to explain. Phoebe. And oh, the combo for Kerrigan saves May, at least for the time being, but goes down. We did have Mosh and Failing Swipe go for the throw again. Ultralisk and Nidus Network. Nidus Network, okay. Interesting. Entomb comes out. We have Entomb. Rewind as we saw earlier. No Dragon Noodles this time. We do have Dragon Arrow and Light Bomb. May still holding. I imagine it's going to be Snowball. Yep, it is Snowball. Yeah, again, here, if you're... Honestly, I'm... No, I guess with Nidus it's not as bad. I'm like, I'm okay with this losing bottom because that forces that Zagara to step up further to actually get the soak. And yeah, again, you don't want to give mid or top. If you're gonna give any of these, it would be bottom, especially for Leo. I mean, you can always safely soak, relatively safely soak, I should say. And it's still gonna go down. They were able to save top. I mean, bottom it's gone. I was gonna say, but that makes it a little bit tougher for Zagara to safely soak, especially if you freeze the lane over here. Depending on the context of what's going on. We do see Knight is what I've been used here. Wait, where's the other one? Wait, is there another one? Oh no, well it's just healing. I forget it heals. We do have Zagara now quickly come back, but realize it's just help there at least. They have 41 gems, 52 for the side of they have more than enough for the turn in. Greymane trying to get that turn in. Anduin trying to stop the turn in. Do you see the spooky hand miss? This is where having a Samurai would have been really nice. We do see the Mei getting slid on. Uses the trait, at least for the time being. Gets pulled by the... Oh, the combo on the Anduin. We do have that rewind. On... Oh, very good combo. And that's 30 gems, but the... Oh! Mosh on the Leo, but... Very good double arrow combo on that. And then Tomb took off trying to silence, at least for the moment being, delays their deaths, but a very kind of good sequence for the side of Habitual line steppers. What seemed to be kind of a bad situation for them, able to turn it around, and Kerrigan getting comboed and snowballed into the back, almost made it out, but a little bit too much damage. Did drop 28 gems, so that kind of hurts quite a bit. They had practically the turn in, and now they're down just to 16, so that was a big loss there. That's one of those things you gotta be careful that when you're have that many gems, you don't want to die, because that can set you back several turn-ins. And then this particular map can be pretty much means you're kind of waiting until level 20. Doesn't mean you're done, but very much delays. We do see Greymane trying to go in, but the loop will be coming out, and we'll be able to... Jugoff able to save. I mean, I think it was probably fine, but extra healing doesn't hurt. Yeah, I think that's the problem, is that Mei's actually pretty good at kind of stopping that dive. With a Greymane and a Kerrigan. But even with that, they're able to kind of quickly clear, and we have the NA arrow. Hanzo kind of stepping a little bit too far ahead, and Greymane able to punish that. Yeah, there was nothing else to follow up with that arrow. So I don't know if that was a good decision there. Leo, and it will do, at least for the time being. He's fine. So that's kind of like a dead submit turn-in for the side of Vigil Line Steppers, and now they still have 37, just not quite enough. Vigil Line Steppers definitely don't have enough. Oh, there goes that loop. And it looks like, oh no! Trying to do that rewind combo. And then Tomb, very good job by the character to kind of use that Q to get over the Entomb, at least for the time being, since there's no silence. So I see what they're trying to do. To try to do the loop and then do the snowball to kind of push them back. So that's kind of a good way to secure. So it's like a very elaborate kind of a Stitch's Gorge, if you think about it. You kind of guarantee the well, not guarantee, but you make it a lot easier to try to execute kind of a gorge. They are able to get quite a bit of value now. They're about even in soak still. We do see Leo trying to turn in, but now with Mary Kill does have the turn in. Is Zagara going mid? You have Sukov and Zagara turning 11. But Greymane has most of the gems. The gems needed to get the turn in. So if you're Habitual line steppers, you kind of keep an eye on that Greymane when possible. We do see Greymane trying to go bot to get that submission or turn in. Looks like now they're going to be able to at least zone. Kerrigan trying to get 13 will be able to get that. Now Greymane doing the challenge and don't think they're going to be able to interrupt. Leo having to deal with that bottom lane. So we do see now the second of the turn in for the side of Mary Kill. You see the double pull from the side of Anduin. Ooh. Showstopper. Strain. Smack. It's not a build you see as often. You usually see the Mutalisk build, especially for that percent damage, which I guess doesn't matter as much. But you do see that. Oh, Mage looks like trying to set up the snow. May a little bit of trouble, able to use the stop for the time being. Does get pulled by the Anduin. It looks like they should be able to save top. Maybe that should be fine. Yeah. Now they're going mid. Bottom will be threatened, so all they have to do is wait for someone to rotate to clear bottom, which will happen with Leo. Looks and yeah, that Chromie and Hanzo are able to kind of oh, they're gonna be able to get that kill on the the ETC able to slide. Oh no! But at least the oh, there's the loop. Greymane does get it secure on the Chromie, able to get rooted by the Anduin. Oh, but the Go for the Throat does secure the kill. And the Entomb misses. And just like that, Greymane makes like a panda. Eats, shoots, and leaves. You and on that Greymane has gotten away with murder, literally. Just goes in, kills the backline, and just walks away, kind of unpunished. Both, well, the Vigilance is a little bit closer to turn in. They do have turn in. You see Greymane getting that camp out. Anduin trying to do turn in, but I don't think it's going to happen with all this vision. Kind of hard, yeah. That's kind of the big kind of annoyance of having that Zagara. Although Anduin gotta be careful. We do see the Entomb. But don't think we'll do much. The light bomb does comes out, gets a stun, but there isn't follow. We do see the failing swipe. Nothing really comes of that. We do see the Leo going auto attack, yeah. Leo does have 26 gems. So Mirko being very aware of that Leo is. It's very much just holding the turn in for the side of. If you're Leo, you gotta, they're pinging that Leo, like, make sure we know where Leo's at all times. Chromie 8's going back to turn in. You don't want to be here. It's a 4v5. Uh-oh. That's not what you want if Leo able to, at least for the time being, get away, but still not completely save. Kind of a slide away from being comboed. ETZ does try to get that slide, but misses. We do see all teams have their R buttons. Kerrigan trying to get that 14 gems in, and Leo having to do homework and clean up the lanes. Just kind of slowing down the potential of that turn and see if Leo. I mean, I guess this is fine. I just personally think having the extended Wraith Walk is just so much better, especially for the damage reduction. And just so you can do different things like try to get the over rotation that you can't really do when you don't have that. But again, I'm kind of biased. I think just the damage reduction and extended. Here, yeah, this is where you have to be careful. Okay. Both teams are just. If you're habitual, you don't want to delay this turn in too long. Both teams have 20s. We do have the upgraded snow, buried alive, stuck in a loop, bullseye, and Varian's Legacy. We see the blink, and oh, the stun just comes out. It actually worked out. I was thinking the pull away, but that blink used by the ETC and the Kerrigan, but the ETC and Kerrigan both go down. We just see both blinks being used by Kerrigan and ETC kind of offensively. Well, one offensively, one defensively. We also have top off, Hunter's Blunderbuss, and Endless Creep. We do see with those two kills, Habitual Line Steppers go straight to the boss and should have somebody start that turn in. You want to get the turn in with the boss lined up. Like, somebody turn in. I think it's okay, but that bottom's gonna. I mean, bottom gets canceled out. Those Cigaras trying to be a little cheeky, maybe realizing get it back. See, the problem is that now it's a very kind of simple clear, only having to deal with boss. But when you have boss and the spider at almost 20 minutes, that's quite a bit. We do have the Entomb on the Stukov, and it looks like we'll be going down. The Leo does go down, but that's just straight value. We do see, oh, very good peel by the May. Looks like that Crummy was, or was it Anduin that was in trouble, at least for the time being. Now, ETC is in trouble. The May tries to kind of push back that ETC, but not able to do so. The top keep does go down, but the boss is still relatively, well, not healthy. It's going to be going down, and so is the mid, or the top spider. We do see now rotation mid. Zagara. And this is where I think the Maw would have been just so much better. Having Maw just help set up Kerrigan or the ETC and the silence. I guess maybe the value is there, but like I said, I've been criticizing talents and they have worked out, so I do think the Devarian Maw would have been pretty good here. Especially because part of the problem is just having Kerrigan and the Greymane being able to kind of go in. It's kind of hard to do so into a Chromie, Leo, and May. Pretty good Maw can help set that up, especially if it's swallowed up by the ETC or the Stukov. We do have the turn in with the last one. Just enough. So now 2 back-to-back in about 22 minutes. Again, bottom should be fine, but we're definitely now in that kind of situation that 1 kill or 2 can very much set up Habitual Line Steppers for a core call, but obviously not quite yet. Marykill being very careful about their positioning, making sure they don't get picked, especially within the Leo. And again, that we go back why having that extended E is so nice, because you can kind of dive with your E and set up the Entomb. We do see the Kerrigan go straight for the Chromie. Chromie able to use timeout for the time being. May trying, and we do have the Entomb being used on the Kerrigan, but we'll be able to get away. There wasn't the follow-up needed there to secure that kill. Leo kind of in a bad spot. We do see the arrow go out. Leo gets pulled. guess that's fine. Although if I'm Leo, I would have just said, "Let me die." If he dies, he dies. So you want to be careful here. Oh, ATC trying to do the rotation. We'll likely find them. Oh, they're interrupted by the maid. Leo does go down. We have the loop on the ETC, but again, Grey Main in the back line, able to secure the kill on the Chromie again. And the Anduin. And Yoon again, just... something that, the front line for Habitual line steppers have to be more mindful. Like, Grey Main just going in the back line and the team is distracted and no peels there. Hanzo trying to get I don't think. I mean, they can maybe Red Weaver. So I mean, this is actually now kind of a concerning. I mean, the lanes are pushed back. Bottom is going to be right there as well as mid, I guess. Actually, no, mid's going to be right there because of the wave, but bottom won't. They should be able to secure this. Bottom should be gone. So very quickly, we did see the Habitual line steppers were kind of in control now. Not so much. With that camp and the spiders, we do have bottom slowly going to get there, but it's going to be mid first. We do have Cigar going to be there. We have the loop now come out on the... Oh, the kill does go down on the Leo, but for the Kerrigan, not a bad trade, but then we do see ATC also go down. So with that, you see the surviving members of Free Hong Kong. Mary kill. Having to step up, or step back, I should say. We able to at least save the rest of their keeps, and I imagine they're gonna go to boss, right? Just nothing very much that. I mean, they have 30 seconds. There's nothing much you can do. Might as well do boss, right? Nothing can go wrong. Oh, they will have to be mindful of this bottom. That Zagara, the camp can be really annoying. We do see Grey Main potentially gonna try to take a peek. I mean, you gotta be careful though, because if Chromie sees you, you get looped, especially with that vision. Ooh, ooh. Oh, Grey Main, very ambitious. Okay. Okay, I was gonna say, there's no way Grey Main gets away now. And the Stukov. No, I don't think you needed to force that. And now with two members, Grey Main and the Stukov, now it's kind of a rough situation. I mean, Sagara can do a little bit of work, but kind of fighting uphill here. All they have to do is just do not bunch up for an ETC Mosh and Kerrigan combo. That's all that you need to not do. We have Leo kind of spreading out. Here comes the Mosh probably. We do have that, but the Kerrigan gets stunned by the boss and goes down by Chromie and the boss, and a little bit too late, obviously. And with that, we do have game number 3 and a reverse sweep, as you can say. Well, in a 3-game match, it's not really a true reverse sweep, but we do have the game 3 secured by Habitual line steppers. All right, let's see if I can get someone from Habitual line steppers to join me. Now you can get a look at the stats and such. Well, I'll get somebody here. The information. If I forget, I always forget when I do that. damage. Grayman, again, doing quite a bit of work. You and Nick Grayman did quite a bit of work. Unfortunately, that last death was very kind of costly. And who's joining me? Can't see.
Hi, it's Music.
Hi, Music. How you doing?
Good.
How you feeling after the match?
Those were pretty intense.
Yeah. And so, real quickly, kind of going through the matches. That game number 1 is a little rough, right?
Yeah, the first one was really rough, and then we kind of adjusted our playing and come out to the good on the last 2.
Yeah, the game 1. I forget what hero were you on in game 1. We were on the
game 1. I was on Brightwing.
Brightwing, and then we're also joined by Vern. And so we're talking about game number 1, and how did you kind of deal with that game number 1? It was kind of it didn't seem one-sided until like kind of like, oh yeah, it just seemed like the Mary Kill was able to kind of get kills and the objectives, and you were able to get 2 seeds and never really much after that. So
yeah, that definitely kind of messed us up. We weren't expecting it.
Yeah, that definitely kind of did a little bit of work there, especially with that triple lineup. It kind of, especially with that build, very much is good into a triple kind of lineup. But was pretty dominant showing on the side. But moving on to the next, you chose game number 2, correct? Yeah, I'm the caster. I can't remember.
Yeah, we chose Battlefield of Eternity for game 2.
Yeah, so getting it from a very big map to a very much smaller map. And so here we see kind of something we've kind of, if you did a little bit of scouting, they probably would have seen, right? You like this specialty of running a double healer. Was that the plan the whole time?
Yeah, we wanted to run a double healer with our bruiser, and then we had our Maeve tank.
Yeah, Maeve tank, yeah.
And help with the Uther tank.
Yeah, and so kind of a little bit different story this time. Although Mary Kill was able to kind of, they were more like pick orientated where they kind of got kills, but once 10s came online, then the fun started for your side, correct?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looked like once you were able to kind of get your Wardened cage, your pull, your dragon noodles and such, you were able to kind of get some, yeah, dragon noodles.
We've been calling it pretzels.
Pretzels?
Yeah,
They're wavy noodles. I guess I could eat pretzels or Twizzlers. I've heard Twizzlers too. I think we're both wrong. It's Twizzlers.
Yeah, I think that's a fair assumption.
And then game 2, we were able to pick Tychus off a couple of times, which essentially won us the game, being able to get those picks.
Yeah, I think
that laser drill was really good. Like,
yeah,
he positioned it really good every time.
He did, yeah.
I think what made it difficult on their side is that they didn't have amazing race, I think, and I think that first objective they went like full defense. And then Tychus would go and tickle the immortal for a little bit, and then you guys came back up, and then they would kill more kills, and then Tychus would go back and tickle the immortal a little bit more, and it just seemed like it took him forever to, get it down. I mean, they eventually secured the second one, but I think that third kind of engaged with the and to secure the third immortal, I believe, going top, we were able to get that combo going. So kind of take us through that last sequence, because you have that mortal pushing. They kind of pushed out, right? They kind of pushed out, and they kind of stuck around, didn't really defend, I think. And you were able to get a few kills, when we kited them back. Yeah, and
they were kind of split too a little bit.
And
I think the key factor for us was that really clutch Divine Shield.
Yeah, I think that Divine Shield was a couple times where it kind of baited them into kind of a potential kill, and then Divine Shield comes out, haha, and I've been on the end of that where it's like, oh, I think I'm gonna get the kill and I don't, and then you just have nothing to press after that. But so that top sequence, it's one of those kind of, I mentioned, I'm like, well, they're gonna get top keep, but that's all question mark. What were you thinking there? Because obviously you get, was there any communication as far as like, hey, we get a kill or two, we go in, or is it like, hey, we're backing out no matter what?
Honestly, we were really shocked that they came in so hard on us with the Immortal Potion, and we kind of just chased them on the fly. And,
Yeah, yeah.
It ended up getting us the kills, and after we got the kills, we were like, we think we can end, so that's what we went for.
Yeah, and the hard part is that with a double support and a Maiev, you don't have the best siege.
No.
And so it was very much just Hanzo trying to do their best. But the death timers were, well, it got kind of scary at the end, right? Where I was about to say, but they might get wiped because you got very low. You were fine, but it was one of those things where it could have gone wrong real quickly, but it worked out.
Yeah. Very much so.
Great. And then moving on to game number 3, obviously right here in Tomb. I was mentioning during the cast that Tomb is the most played. And so would you agree that this is a map that you like? I mean, everybody likes it apparently because it's the most played.
It's one of my favorites personally.
The team loves it. I can't stand it.
Good. I think as a tank, it's not the worst because there's a lot of bushes. That's usually kind of fun for tanks. But so
our strategy for this one was we were going to try to run a Cho'Gall Anduin, but then we see their picks and decided that we probably should go with blind. So that's when Vern locked in the Mei, but the Anduin worked for any comp that we use, so that worked out well for us too.
Yeah, and I think the Anduin.
I just locked the Mei because someone said that they wanted it, so I said, okay, I'll give you what you want. I think it was Porthos that requested it.
Yeah, the idea is that very much so we saw the Greymane being picked, and then it was the Kerrigan, right? And so Blaze, Porthos is saying just Hanzo. Okay, Blaze is a little bit of siege, and I play offlane. I don't think Blaze is amazing.
Oh yeah, that's right. We use the
bunker. I did say that's right. I did say that. I did say everybody in the bunker, and then it broke, and everybody was so close, and also then rooted because of the core. That's why That's what happened. I was like, they're not gonna get wiped.
He was hollered, "Get in the bunker, blast with the bunker." I was like, "Yep, sure thing."
Yeah. And so that game number 3 is for Tomb. Again, kind of a pretty good setup as far as defending against a Kerrigan and Suka. What did you think when you saw that Sagara, which was very much going to be an offlane? I said that Lee was not going to have fun.
Yeah, we knew it was
going to be.
We knew it was going to be annoying. She's really good at lane push and badgering and stuff. So
yeah, and
we were assuming that we were going to see Ma.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. I was surprised not to see Ma because I think that would have helped the engage. I believe so much for a Kerrigan for a ATC.
We were trying to fight on the top, and we heard Zag was coming up, and I was sitting there waiting for the Ma to come out. I was like, oh gosh, I gotta hold buttons. And I was like, oh, it's Nidus? Dang, we just wasted all that time.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, I think if they would have gone Ma, it would have helped set up a lot of their team, and so not seeing Ma, yes. I think probably was a sigh of relief on your side.
Yes, still a very strong Zag though.
Yeah. But one thing I will say, I mentioned this quite a bit. Greymane was just having Yoon on Greymane, and this happened in game 1, and also in game 3. It was just kind of go in, kill Chromie, and just walk out. So
yeah, last kill on Chromie, I was like, what even just happened right now?
Yeah.
But honestly, after our first game, we really weren't that scared of Greymane, honestly. But the third game, he got some really good picks on us going in. hours and able to just go, destroy us. But
Yeah, and you were pretty much a little bit more in control, and then it got kind of scary at the end because it's one of those where they, a pick here and there and could have made that last push very kind of scary. And so I saw that you were trying to do kind of like I saw Stitches has been banned out, but then you kind of did like a pseudo Stitches Gorge with the loop and the snowball.
yeah.
And so that, I think that worked out a couple times. A couple times it didn't.
And one of them, like, it really saved us, honestly, the snowballing the two people away at the end.
Yeah.
That saved us. It gave me the chance to be able to heal the team up a little bit so that we could continue on.
Yeah, that top kind of snowball kind of over the wall kind of was very useful. I thought it would stop at the wall. I guess not. But either way, that was a very good peel there because I think it was Hanzo, right? They would have pretty much been dead there.
Yeah.
And so that kind of helped with that. But besides that, again, very good kind of reverse sweep, right? It's kind of weird to see reverse sweep a series match because it's kind of, you win one, you win the other, and that's it. But besides that, again, congrats. I'll leave it up for any shout outs you have to kind of close our stream for tonight.
I just have a shout out. I think the team is doing really well. I think that we've got great synergy that we've built up over time, and I think that we're on a good roll here. Everybody's doing a great job.
Shout out to the team we fought against.
Good games to the FHK Mary Kill.
Yeah, last season they absolutely destroyed us, and it was very nice to see we're coming along pretty well. It wasn't so one-sided this time around.
Great. But besides that, I won't keep you much longer. Again, congrats and say hi to the team and enjoy your victory.
One more shout out. Our coach Blake, he's been really working overtime to help me and Music get more and more practice on things.
He doesn't deserve credit. That's fine. It's all you.
Okay. All kudos to Blake too. And thank you, Dark Knight, for casting and interviewing us.
Yeah, no problem. But besides that, enjoy your victory, and hopefully I get some. If you do Friday night matches, I can cast them. But like I was mentioned earlier, this season is kind of tough for me because of work and such. But Friday nights work, so if you want to get casted. That's everybody else too. If you want to get casted, Friday nights are pretty good for me. But otherwise, again, good luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Bye-bye.
And with that ends our stream for today. I'm trying to see if there's anybody I can pass it off. I think there's only one other cast this evening, but it looks like they're done. So let's see if I can pass it off to any other hot streamers. I think I want to show some love to those who are still streaming this game. But besides that, we're very exciting 2-1 reverse sweep with the game number 1 going for the side of Mary Kill, and then game 2 and game 2 and 3 going for the side of Habitual line steppers, Habitual B steppers, as they call them. I can do this correctly. I'm trying to do two things, talk and type, and I apparently can't do that. And so again, I'm gonna see if I can pass it off to somebody else. Yeah, I guess there's another viewer, but otherwise, again, thank you very much for joining me this evening with that. I'm Dark Knight. I'll hopefully be able to cast some more in the coming weeks, but otherwise, thank you for joining me today. Have a good one. I'll see you next time. Peace.